That aha moment came to me when I watched the film the second time. So I was actually watching every sequence and editing the story in my mind and thinking, that's my opening. If I did this as a musical, I would open here. And there's the song, and here's where I see choreography, football being presented in the form of dance choreography. And there's a solo song there for Tauke. Okay, here's the moment where his sister will sing, and that's where the big theme song will come in. So at the end of watching it for the second time, I thought, I have a show. and now's when I go to Astro Shaw and say, can we talk?
Kami depan satu langkah, aku budak baru belajar, tolong tunjukkan kalau salah. Lawan tetap lawan, bukan berbala, tak kira menang kalah, yang penting aku tak mengalah. Aku awang kenit bercita-cita, badang sejarah aku belum tercatat, aku sendiri karang.
My name is Tiara Jacquelina, and I am the director and executive producer of Ola Bola The Musical. As a first-time director, this is the most daunting experience for me, I must say, especially now that it's crunch time and all the different elements are all coming together. For the last 9 months, we've been working together, workshopping the story, the music, the script, rehearsing scenes. So it's been all the different elements working in isolation, actors and dancers and singers working in a rehearsal studio. Football being designed, the visual content that you'll be seeing on our LED projection screens also being designed in a separate studio, the music being rehearsed with the band and our music director Duan working with musicians in a studio separately. Sets up to now have been designed in their workshop. Costumes are being done in another workshop. Visual effects are being planned by a different team. And right now, 2 weeks before we open, everything's all coming together. So this is kind of the time where I have to kind of be my most focused, so I can pay attention to every single detail and not let anything slip. It's just really detailed time now, not let, kind of keeping my eye on the sound, on the lights, on the visual effects, to make sure everything kind of complements each other, and like an orchestra, now we're all playing together.
Bukan satu hendak, seribu jaya pastikan tercapai kelak. Masa tiba untuk aku mengecapi kemenangan yang di hujung jari, kemegahan hampir di tangan, kini bakal tercapai selangkah lagi.
Today it's the audition process, and we have a really overwhelming audition turnout. Over 200 people, and we're not even halfway. We're not even a quarter of the way yet. And it's wonderful to see, even at the audition process, the spirit of Ola Bola, all different races and religions, different age groups are all here. People with experience, no experience, and just coming to celebrate Ola Bola. We're looking for people who have, obviously, who can sing live well, and who can dance and act. Playing football is a plus. Rapping is also a plus, because it's a rap and hip hop musical. But mostly it's the attitude of people who would come for an audition, and who would when a person is willing to work for it.
Okay, we came in for registration and we wait quite some time, and then we went for singing and then dancing and then acting, and then they start to eliminate people one by one, And until just now was the final stage where we get to meet Tiara and sing to her and perform to her.
Okay, how do you think it went?
I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
I've been here since 11:30 in the morning. It's 4:30 I think now. Yeah, so 5 hours. I've been just running through my monologue lines and going through my songs and practicing my dance, waiting in anticipation. I'm looking at feeling, since I'm Indian, I'm looking at feeling the part of Muthu, the goalkeeper, and if not as just one of the ensemble. I think it's just nice that if I can be part of this production.
Never dreamed that a home could be dark and cold. I was told every day in my childhood, even when we grow old. Oh, would be where the heart is. Never a word so true. Home is true.
Hey, thank you. Oh, that was such a treat. There's something about the raw energy of hip hop and rap that just felt right for the way a football team would communicate with each other. So it's just like the right. It just felt right, you know. There's something urgent about and passionate about rap. You know, you would just say things a certain way that you wouldn't in an aria or in jazz or in any other music form. So one day when I woke up and it was like an aha moment for, that's it. Mia Palencia, I have my answer for you now. She kept asking me, Tiara, what is the sound of this show? What is the sound of this show? And I couldn't quite place a finger on it until one day, yeah, it happened.
She's like, I'm thinking I want to make it a bit different. I want to make it, I want to have hip hop elements in it, and I want you to join. And so he goes, what do you think? Do you need time to think about it? And I told Tiara, no, I don't need time to think about it. I'm ready to start now. Let's go, let's do this. Let's make something special, something magical, something that people will talk about and remember. My involvement with Ola Bola the Musical is I'm part of the songwriting team. I wrote all the lyrics for all the rap bits, and I'm also part of the ensemble. I play the character of Sergeant Ahmad, the army officer who was asked to help train the Harimau Melaya team before they go for the Olympic beat. All the guys who have rap beats, I help coach them. I teach them basics like cadence and syncopation, breathing, and how to inject acting into it as well. Because when they're rapping in character. They're not rapping as rappers. They're rapping as Ali, or they're rapping as Tauke. So it's still acting. It's almost like is basically a rhythmic monologue. So you can't rap it like a regular rap song. You got to whatever emotion you're feeling at that point in time, you need to put it in there and amplify it and get it across to the audience.
Dengar degup panjang tuku merasakan gemetar penuh bertitisan. 1, 2, 3. Dengar degup panjang tuku merasakan gemetar penuh bertitisan, tarik nafas dan kecamatan. Hati gelisah dan penuh keraguan, tiada usaha disatukan. Bagaikan gemilang di atas padang. Harapan hingga darahku aku sudah tahu. Kupikul semua di atas bahu. Tangankan segala cabaran.
Setiap manusia mampu menjadi lidah.
During the day of the show, I will be conducting the whole music, the whole show. I will be conducting the performers first and foremost, conducting the performers on stage so that they don't miss any cues, and so just to conduct the performance musically and what do you call that? All the singing, all the music cues, all the intros in and out. I have to be conducting them. I will also have to be conducting my music group, in which for this musical I plan to use 8-piece big band. I think the difference between those musicals that I've done and this musical is the way it's going to be performed live, because it's not just music. We are putting a whole lot of emphasis on sound effects as well. Sound effects to gel together with music and performance. So what's challenging with this musical is that we have to be really precise, and it's not just music, play music, singers sing. It's a whole communication between what goes on stage and what goes on audio-wise, what you hear. So that's we need to be really precise, because there are some really special movements. We need to sync with the LED, we need to sync with the mappings. This is a really ambitious show. We're going to map like 180 degrees of Istana Budaya, and music and effects have to enhance, exaggerate whatever's going on the stage. So it's we've got to be precise.
Turn it around.
But just an overview of what you are the audience of because arrive and all of your well, right now the luar biasa elements, of course, will come from the story itself and the performances in each story. And also it will come from the visual effects that you have never seen on stage ever. And it will also come from that experience of watching theatre in 180 degrees. It's that experience. You've never before has an audience experienced theatre from here, here and here. You know, it's all around you. It's almost like virtual reality, that kind of experience. So technologically, it has to blow your minds. But, you know, everything you see, everything you experience, everything you hear, also it's sense surround sound. You as the audience are experiencing football. You are experiencing Ola Bola, not just watching, but you're in the thick of things. You know, you're in the stadium, you're there in Tauke's rubber plantation while he's talking to his sister. You feel through the emotions in the song, his journey. So it's a sharing of an experience, of an emotional journey with the characters in the show. So it's a lot bigger than just being kind of passive and just watching and applauding. You're there.
Were you hiding it from us? So it's like really, because you're sitting down there and listening to coach saying, good job guys. Bersirap tau, rasa macam your dream is just being taken away from you just like that. So you punya pow tu has to be, again, that same lashing that, you know, that we talked about.
I love pushing people to their limits, because as a performer or as a creative designer or as a set builder, I believe that you have to be pushed to your limits in order for you to create, and that pushes you to create something beyond your own capacity or beyond something you thought was ever physically possible as well. So actors are the same. You just need to push them and push them and push them, and they feel so good after. I told them, now you might not like this process, but when you're on stage and you you know you've given your best. You know you've put in, like a pilot, you've put in all your flight hours. You deserve that. You earn that applause at the end of the day.
Before this, we were very stressful. Like me and Brian were like so hooked up with Ola Bola the movie. We're like trying to, mock how they act and all. And Tiara was like, we go through the script one by one. We go through the singing one wording by one wording and tell me what you feel. And we spent like 3-4 hours sitting down with Tiara and she just go like, okay, read this line to me. So, what do you feel? Okay, good. This is the feeling you should feel. One by one. And it's very inspirational. After that night, we're like, okay, now we are the role that we are playing. We're not someone else. We are the role. So working with Tiara, I think it's a very good experience for me because she don't tell you need to do this. She'll say, do you think you should do that? That makes me feel like that. Do you think so too? She'll try to bring out the best of you.
And we transition into the stadium. This is the first game the Harimau Malaya team will play under Coach Harry's tutelage.
Ali memberi bola kepada Eric, tetapi Eric, melepaskan bola dari budak baru, aku tak mau tadi dia kau. Sia-sia je pakai kau nak potong team. Kau tahu keeper tak tahu, kau tak boleh.
I am so glad we spent so much time preparing on paper, and all those months, the 9 months spent preparing the show before we went into rehearsals, for me that's time so well spent, because now at least we've made decisions. We're very sure about what needs to go where, and it's not kind of guessing along the way in rehearsals and when we're on stage deciding to change something that will majorly impact the whole process, so I'm very confident that we have an amazing show that will make all viewers so proud that they're Malaysians and this show is made by Malaysians and made with the aim of inspiring every single person who walks through that door in Istana Budaya.